Are you guys ready for super spooky times with Rifkin and Zombie Grub? Because as I swap the scenes, all my lights are off because it is so warm in my room right now at 4:03 a.m. that I'm hoping that even just having the light off a little bit will help reduce some of that heat. So there's a real contrast here where Zombie Grub has really bright, nice white walls, and I could be in a fucking cave for all you guys are concerned. Today's I'm just so mad at my building's AC again. Today's the BTSL kicking off season 6. I know GSL's going on. A few of you out there are probably like, why are you making us pick and choose? We're not. We just have a really tough schedule for the month, and we just had to do what we had to do. So today's going to go through, and hopefully we'll have a good time with it. There's some noteworthy players actually signed up and playing, but I'm most interested in this guy's zombie up top of the list, alphabetically, HerO.
Yeah, he's been playing an online tournament again. He played yesterday in the Ballistics Cup. So.
Was that yesterday? I thought that was 2 days ago.
Well, it was yesterday for me. It was 12 hours ago. No, it was 30. It was 36 hours ago. So you're right.
That's right. Say it again. Music to my fucking ears.
I'm actually like trying to map this out, right? So like 12 hours would have been 8 a.m. and 12 hours for the yeah. But it was still yesterday for me. Huh.
Well, anyways, yeah, it's cool to see him playing. I note this not just because we obviously liked HerO in the past, but just simply being a Jin Air player. I don't know the rules. We don't know any. We're not actually friends with any Jin Air players, so I don't know what the deal is, like if they're allowed to play, not allowed to play, or what have you. But maybe he's like, I'll slip under the radar. GSL's going on. Nobody's gonna catch me. Maybe I'll have a good time.
I think at this point he's just doing whatever he wants. I don't know about the other Jin Air guys, but HerO signed up for 3 online tournaments now and showed up for 2.
What a baller.
I know. Watch out, everyone.
He's got sunglasses on at his computer, playing in the dark, ready to go. This reminds me of my my tier 3 Twitch emote. We're fighting a bear in the dark, actually, is what's happening with my camera right now.
Hey.
Anyways, on top of this, I also came live a little bit early because well, I guess not early, we're technically late. We're delaying the start time. Couple things to talk about. Number one, obviously today you're seeing the spinning circles, you're seeing that red banner at the top of Twitch chat. Net Neutrality Day. We'll talk a little bit about this more as we get into it, but for those who don't know, basically they're looking to allow, potentially I should say, hopefully potentially allow companies to kind of control the internet via pricing, meaning what is normal right now might be considered a premium service later, and you'll have to pay, really pay, to get even, usable internet. So make sure to look into it, inform yourself if nothing else. Maybe you're not an activist, that's fine. It'd be best, obviously, if you write a letter to your congressman or whatever. I don't know how it works. Canada, I can't do much about it, all right? But for everybody else, this is a pressing issue for America, and once it's an issue for America, it usually becomes an issue for the rest of the world. So click on the link at the top of the banner, you can learn more. Nobody's sponsoring us to say it. We live on the internet. I want to keep being able to live on the internet, that sort of thing. Secondly, tomorrow we're going to be casting DreamHack. Well, yay! But it's weird because I didn't really read the email they sent us. I forwarded it to you. You got that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't read the email when we initially got it. I was reading it last night as I was going to bed. And I'm like, wait, we're not even playing on. We have to like download the PTR. And it's like gonna be a whole thing. It's gonna be interesting.
Oh, yeah,
but hopefully it goes off without a hitch. I wince at the idea of the PTR because I just feel like that's a place that's asking for problems.
Oh, so yeah, I read the email and realized that too, and I was like, okay, well, I guess they did that for Austin, right? So that makes sense. But what I was surprised at was that I think like last week, like 7 days ago, I was like, oh, it's another 4-day event, and nothing much was like said about it. And then like 4 days ago, I realized like, oh, it's actually still a 3-day event, but the finals is on Saturday. So I didn't know that either. And,
it's still weird.
Yeah, fix that on the calendar. So.
Actually, yeah, that's right, because Nate's going to be home in time for Game of Thrones. I remember him talking about this.
Okay, so it's a weird thing to compare it to, but yeah, exactly. So It's weird, but I think it is better than having the finals on a Monday, which is what they did for Yonkoping. And then Austin was like a totally normal like Friday to Sunday thing. Like I don't even a lot of different types of weekends.
So this is such a dumb point to bring up too, as you mentioned this. I've had so many trouble saying all the different DreamHacks in European countries, but for some reason Jönköping is not a problem for me. Like, and I'm only reminded of this because you just said it wrong. So like this is I'm better than you, but it's like I don't know why that one it's spelled so weird. It's got 2 dots over the O. Like for some reason I can say this one word fine, but I can't pronounce when like Billy subs to the stream.
I'm sure people will say that your accent is atrocious. So
Okay, we'll call it even then. Also, while we are waiting to get ready, for those who don't know, we're currently waiting the brackets to generate, as we were, again, starting a little bit later. There is a Match Arena page, as there's always been, or always is now, for the PTSLs. Really glad to have Match Arena join us for another month of support, so we can now bump up the prize pools to up to $200 every single week with just coupon codes alone, which is awesome. $500 for the monthly finals, season finals. So if you guys type !Match Arena in chat, the coupon code is just simply July 12. JULY12. Add $1 to the prize pool for free. Laser SEQ already threw some $5 to say some SC2 support, then he flies away. Or he emotes that he flies away. Intriguing. I think if you actually flew away, you wouldn't be able to tell anybody. You'd be long gone from the keyboard. I'm starting to suspect maybe he didn't actually fly away.
just be using a phone.
I hate that we live in the age of technology, and now my argument falls apart.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent to movie plots, where it's like, if only they had a cell phone, none of this would have happened.
A lot of movies would be very different if that was the case.
I feel actually the whole communication breakdown thing in a movie when it comes to plot is right about the same as I literally just had this and I lost it. What's wrong with my brain?
Find it.
It's the same as the writing prompt for One Thing Led to Another. You know what I mean? It's like an easy out.
Oh, it's cliche.
I don't know, cliche is the way I want to phrase that though, because it's more just like, oh, we couldn't think of a good plot, so whoops, now they can't reach each other and causes problems.
I'm pretty sure that it is though. Like whether you're trying to express that as what you're thinking of it as.
Oh no,
like,
it's definitely
it is
both
of those things.
It is a cliche, but that's not the angle which I'm trying to approach it here. Because the other ones, they're both cliches, really.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's why as soon as you used the word, the analogy that you did, I was like, well, that's like the definition of it. Like that's always the example people give of like cliches. It's like one thing led to another. Like, but yeah, it's like I give credit to because I hate when people watch sitcoms and are like, well, that would never happen to talk to each other. And I was like, well, it's situational comedy, so I mean, I just got to deal with that. But if an entire plot of a very serious movie revolves around miscommunication, that's when I'm a little like. I don't remember the last movie I had a problem with that.
By the way, brackets are final. Let me just get these up here on the stream to show you guys. And this is some pretty tasty stuff. I was immediately going to jump to Cure because we kind of caught him against X. We're just calling Team Liquid X Team Liquid HerO. Fuck it. Revolution. There you go. I couldn't remember the name. But up here, huh?
He's not on that either, though.
Right, I said X. I was trying to remember the most recent X. Anyways,
okay, yeah.
HerO up here though, other HerO, God Mode HerO versus Natural. Winner plays Solar. I think we gotta go with the top side of this bracket.
You're sure about the heroes?
Isn't SHD 606?
I don't remember.
Honestly, it doesn't matter because I'm just more looking to either player versus Solar. I really don't care who that hero is.
I'm asking you so I can invite the right hero too.
It's SHD 606, which I believe is the root hero. Is that not the case?
I don't remember, so I'm asking you. But I'm looking at the chat channel now, and they're both barcodes with the clan tag hero. I feel like root hero is hero. I don't know who to invite, man. I don't invite natural.
Well, I just asked. Maybe this will help.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, everybody's a barcode today. Get down and dance.
Exactly. Natural didn't even complete his clan tag.
It's just, well, actually, I think it's not they didn't complete it. It's the character limit, right? Like you only have like 5 or 6 characters at max.
It's pod max potential. 246, 246.
Also, looks like we got a competitor here. It's Kier's opponent. It's busy in the Alima League chat. Alright, well, we have the players here. And hope we have the right one. I'm just going to shotgun this and guess in the dark. Because logic is, this guy's going to join the lobby and either be ready to play or say, wait a minute, wrong opponent.
Okay. But it's like, I don't remember Root Hero being Hero 41. But then I don't really remember what he was on, so I can't say for sure. Ah, nailed it.
Okay, so it's the other.
I thought, you know, like it's so uncertain. I just never really had to think about it. But I was like, I thought here 000 was. All right, we're good. It's X Liquid Hero versus Natural.
All right. Oh boy. Like the best part about this is it wasn't even necessarily the confusion of which hero it was. It was just getting a hero into the lobby, period.
Yeah, that too. Like they weren't responding. The thing that really boggles my mind though is because out of all the people that like are like use the right capitalization, you know, like if they're gonna use capitalization, you should learn how to spell their name correctly. God, except the actual Protoss players themselves. If they use the correct capitalization in their names, then I would have been able to figure it out, either on the challenge or on BattleNet. But both of them put like caps or some shit. God. Okay, we're good.
Well, folks, we're ready and raring to go for the first game of the new season of the BTSL. Spawning here on the lower right. Luckily, he only has one alias, and nobody else shares it with him. It is Natura. Oh, I get it. The barcode's the last. The L. Natural.
I'm just gonna go with Natura. Fancy. And top left, as the blue Protoss, it is HerO.
Natura sounds like something Gwyneth Paltrow would market to give you energy after you slap it on your body.
And she hires, what's her face from 30 Rock to do it?
Jenna Maroney.
It's very natural.
It's au naturel. That's French, you know, for natural.
I wish. No, but I would like. What is with? Why did Gwyneth Paltrow just become a stupid bitch? Like, now why did she become kind of crazy?
I don't think. My thoughts are, and I obviously am just speaking out my butt here. I think it's more that her name got associated with someone who was doing something crazy in her company's name, rather. Like, I don't imagine Gwyneth Paltrow is laid up at night with her notebook, wakes up from a dream, and quickly writes down this idea of astronaut space patch suits.
Okay, that you might be right. It might just be one of those things of like the company face, right? Like they don't. There's a sign in their name, they get a paycheck, but. I don't know. Like it's still a very small company, but I guess that it sells, you know, well, or she wouldn't stop doing it. And she does personally, you know, market it on like her Twitter and Facebook and stuff. So it's so disappointing.
Also disappointing. Probe going down. Not a good start for HerO. Last time we saw HerO, of course, it was versus Masa in the finals of the Road to DreamHack, and PvT over there against a North American player was even just kind of rough for him, to the point where he literally said, and the best part is perfect English, Jesus, I don't know what I'm doing. after being down 2 games in a best of 5. So I'm a little worried for him. Natural, for those who aren't familiar with the name here, he's actually a pretty good player. He's not a top tier Terran in terms of like what standards are nowadays with Gumiho and Byun and Innovation, but he's actually really good, and he's been playing in the Lima League and BTSLs for quite some time.
Yeah, but he's been absent for the last weeks, months even. He was one of the Terrans we were like, oh, thank God, like a good Terran's come back into play when we had a little drought of Terrans 6-8 months ago, whatever it was. Byun left us. And then it was him, and then I forget who else. I feel like there's another name in there. Oh, it was one of the Chinese players that actually got busted from
Banned. Was it Coffee, I think?
Yeah. So anyways, and then Natural was kind of like, he never really got like the finals, he never won every single one, even though he was one of like the good Terrans that showed up, and then he just kind of disappeared. So it's cool to see him come back.
It's also interesting what he's doing. So he scouts the base and he gets a really good scout, but I guess he's a little bit paranoid about what was behind the mineral lines that he didn't see, and he's assuming Stargate, but he saw the Twilight Council. Oh wait, this was a council, but okay, never mind. Wait, was it? No, that was the Twilight Council the whole way through. I'm just trying to figure out why his Widow Mine goes to such a weird mineral line spot. Oh, it's moving it around now. Okay, doesn't matter. It's gonna be a Dark Shrine coming out of HerO.
I'm like I'm trying to follow along with the story. It's a little bit difficult. Well, I think he was looking for the Robo, right? Like, because it's Robo and Twilight Council put down at the same time.
That's true. He doesn't. Yeah, he didn't see the Robo.
A little deceiving, but the fact was a Twilight Council, then of course Dark Shrine, and then a Robo. That is something that you would have wanted to confirm, but like a lack of something is always hard to be sure of, because what if they just put it in a weird position?
Well, boosting in with the Cyclone, a lot of Marines, and of course that Widow Mine. Pop the front overcharge, maybe you have the back. Yep, the back now clear to go drop in. This is cool, but DTs are here.
Why warp in a DT? Now Natural knows what's up.
I think the concern that he didn't have enough to deal with the drop kind of warrants it. All things considered, a Widow Mine and 6 Marines can, without with what, a Adept, a Stalker, those can get really out of hand. I don't like that he warped in the DT either. I think revealing it was a big, like, you're showing your cards, but he also didn't lose any workers for it.
No, but it's a lot also because Natural just like, I know it was pressure. Like he brought a Cyclone with it, right? But it was just the medevac drop, so you don't really expect to get too much done with this.
Nice pick up on the Widow Mine.
Now the Warp Prism should be getting very much done. On Natural side of things, as Natural has put missile turrets and has plenty of army.
I really like this one. Yeah, this will give range for that sort of stuff, but also protects his tech lab, which, yeah, you don't want to be losing that sim timing. Other side of the map, DT also warped in defensively again. Oh god, that's one of those deaths that's just really sad to see. This kind of falls over, right? Like that's what makes it so sad. I think it's not like they blew up and their guts exploded. It's like, you know, they were alive for like a split second more while they just watched themselves fall apart. You're like, oh god.
You're probably right. I'm trying to think of a movie or like a TV show or something that had like an actual visual image of like someone got cut in half and then you went to like their vision and you saw it was Dragon Ball Z. Nailed it.
There was did you ever see Resident Evil? There's a really gross one in that one.
Yeah, I saw the first 3 movies and then
I don't remember which one it was, but there's the laser grid, right? And the black guy standing there, and the laser grid comes in and slices him.
Yeah, but you don't see like his point of view though. Like you just see him just fall apart into pieces. No, in Dragon Ball Z, like Trunks cuts Frieza in half, like, you know, vertical wise, and then it goes to her point of view or his, because it's always so hard to remember that it was a guy with the voice and all. And it's like it shows like Trunks like getting like split like in half, you know, like the view. I don't know, whatever. And it was cool. But that's what I imagined the Marine had. There you go.
I am not a large Dragon Ball Z aficionado, but as soon as you said Frieza, I was like, oh, is she gonna talk about Krillin? Did he do something useful with that Destructo Disc?
Nah, his Destructo Disc has never cut anyone.
Well, it kind of Frieza's tail off, didn't it?
Yeah, but it never. I should say that it never killed anyone. I think that it might have killed someone though. Now that I say it, but it's never killed someone vertically. It's always been like through the midriff, like not like head to toe.
A crop top. Ooh, how 90s Krillin.
Very good.
Warp Prism's still being a bit of a problem, but it's not really accomplishing much. And Natural's got this really sweet timing. Well, maybe even an anti-timing too in a way. He's got a really good +1. He's going to catch the third base maybe off guard. But Zealot's warping in with charge with... Oh, no, it's Stalkers. Huh. He does have Blink, but... Oh, I don't know. These aren't going to fight Marauders and Marines. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, HerO had a pretty bad opener, all things considered, to be honest. So to see him just kind of roll over and die here is really not that surprising. Although it's just also because his army was in the wrong position.
Yeah, they're coming down now. Guardian Shield got popped so early, too. Look at that. It runs out before the fight even begins.
Yeah.
Look at the Nexus.
Yeah, that army isn't even really that scary, to be honest, because it's Stalkers and Immortals versus nothing but Marines. Once the Guardian Shield disappears, which there you go, like, the Marines can take a surprisingly good fight. Yeah, there you go. Well, doesn't want to tangle with Blink Stalkers. And that is a small portion of Natural's army, as the rest is just reinforcements back at home, so.
Still getting that third. That's rough for HerO.
Oh yeah, HerO is all inning now. Tries to chase down the Medivacs. Successfully gets it.
I wonder if he's going to wait for the Colossus to push in. I mean, the third base is a little exposed now. I will say, I do kind of like that he hasn't... Like, he's still managing to get use from these DTs. And because he hasn't invested in a lot of them, having one per army just to force a scan, it really hurts. But, yeah, now you can make a couple of those into Archons if necessary. One DT just here on the edge of... Yeah, a couple of hits here.
Okay, there you go. I don't think he really... Yeah, the Wind of Mine's gonna definitely be helpful. Take all those charge lots. The 3 Immortals now against this army would be actually, if they are targeting the Marauders, be quite helpful.
Oh, Wind of Mine's has got a really good shot. Not because it killed a lot, but it took the shields off of almost every single Stalker. Tank's getting some shots off too, and this for HerO is not a position he can fight in. He's already lost out on a good chunk of his army. Colossus comes in now, but he is missing extended thermal lance, and it's not being researched.
Ah, yeah. I like this move. HerO takes the gold base as his third, and while continuing to pressure Natural, but Natural's going to realize, I think, soon enough that he could take on this army in an open area. Yeah, he's moving out to try and find it. Finds the Stalkers. Take the Zelnaga, see the army is left. With the Warp Prism going to the main as a Medivac goes to the gold base.
I'm thinking that maybe this catches Natural a little off guard, but not by much. I mean, charge loss can get a lot done quick, and I like this Warp in, but the fear is that the Warp is not used at home, right? So it'll kill some of the reinforcing units, but as things are brought back, Liberator included, this should be able to handle this.
Yeah.
In fact, we're going to find ourselves in a bit of a base trade at this rate. The Colossus caught right in the open. Oh, no.
No, not going to be too helpful. Although, surprisingly, Natural not sitting on top of it lets it live.
He's a benevolent god.
I mean, this is... If it is going to be a base race...
Oh.
What am I doing? Shots? You know, letting a Colossus live and then deal, like, a lot of splash damage to a stimming army is a bit of a mess up there.
He's just so late on the extended thermal lance. Like, it's going to finish and may have no bearing on the game. Although Natural's getting a little complacent here. He decides to dive through 2 overcharges and eat all the damage.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back at home...
I don't know if it's enough. He actually still has a bigger army by 20 supply.
Not to mention, look at that backup path. Right into 2 Wind of Mines. Oh, God. That's painful. Colossus gets focused down, too. Extended thermal lance so close to finishing. Not available this game.
DTs will certainly help out in this scenario. Scan goes down preemptively. DTs... Oh, they go back into it.
Wind of Mine got a decent sized hit, but it's going to get a real big one when it comes off cooldown. Wind of Mine's over here still firing off. No detection, I guess. Nexus getting sort of focused.
This is still pretty scrappy, but Natural is on 4 bases, just putting his third back on location.
Okay, so Natural's still winning. Like, let's be clear on this, but he almost threw that game with the engagement here in the Natural base, I feel. Like, that was something where he didn't need to fight against the overcharges. He was eating Colossus beams without being able to focus them. Oh. Okay, well, I didn't want any saturation anyways, says the third base.
You don't get any.
But yeah, that was a really close game, or possibly game-ending move. But oh my god, there's so many Widow Mines zombie grub. Like, there's a trolley amount of Widow Mines.
That's 8 Widow Mines. It's 10. Oh, they all got shot.
Liberators were like not even shooting anything, and it didn't even matter.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right, well, this game's looking pretty decided at this point, but we've known HerO to be a guy who will fight to the last Warp Prism and last DT before tapping out, so he's got to collect his thoughts and hopefully not get too overwhelmed.
Yeah, because well, his other reputation besides waiting a long time, the GG, trying his very best, is also tilting a little bit. It's really hard to say what a mentality of a player like HerO, because he's one of the first emotional Koreans that really got obviously tilted and was obviously very happy when he won. What it's like now after like 2 years at least, 3 years of not really being competitive. I don't remember the last time he was played in a tournament.
Oh god, those Widow Mines were nasty. Well, doing his best to counter with some DTs. But the SCVs and a single Marine are dealing with it.
Hey. Natural's also caught up on upgrades finally at 2-2 versus 2-1. I don't think he needs them. He's up 50 army supply.
Yeah, if he was... He's still only on 3 orbitals, but still 3 orbitals is plenty of scans for what's happening in this game. This is the job the Colossus were meant to do a long time ago. I love this. He says, you know what, this is pretty entrenched. Maybe it's not worth like throwing my head against the wall. He goes north.
Why Colossus?
Oh, did the Widow Mine get a good shot? Sorry, I was looking at the medevacs.
Yeah, I mean, it takes away the shields mostly, a little bit of the health, but it's just like, why? You knew it was there. Well. Oh, main base gonna be taken out. DT's gonna try, but Natural is still on 3 orbitals and a planetary. I'm gonna say, as someone who really hates DTs, I haven't been too scared of these ones.
I do like what HerO's been using them and not overcommitting by like 4 warp-ins of DTs. Because he is trading like a DT for the scan and like maybe a unit or 2. So it's like there's something to be said about cost efficiency, but when you're this far behind, you're not looking for cost efficiency.
Yeah, so behind about 50, 60 army supply. Natural hasn't really been like touched economically. I mean, the one time he had to lift his 3rd CC was just about it. So you see the production tab, HerO just doesn't have anything going for him, and Natural has everything that would be going for him in a regular 15-minute game.
Yeah, plenty of SCVs, upgrades for the air. I actually really like that he's not being silly about being ahead. Like, I think he knows there's still a chance he does something dumb and maybe throws the game. So we see the sort of calm and collected move to victory instead of the silly rush one. Because the silly rush one was that natural engagement early on that almost cost him a really big army fight.
Yeah.
But
okay, so HerO does go down. His map choice.
Yep. Real quick, too, guys, we got a lot of people tuning in. Do me a favor, head on over to that Match Arena page. We've had 8 codes used so far. I know we got a while to go, and we'll get more people as the broadcast goes on, but there's 221 of you in chat. If half of you go to the Match Arena page and use the coupon code for free to donate $1 to the prize pool, we use up all the coupon codes. Boom, $200. Easy peasy. So consider typing in _Match Arena in chat, go to the page. You just log in with your Twitch account. You type the coupon code July12, JULY12, and you add $1 to the prize pool.
Thank you.
Side note, man, I was playing Pokemon Go like a madman yesterday. Did you hear about my sad gym story?
Maybe? Tell it again.
Well, TLDR is like I spent an hour at a very popular location waiting for people to show up to do a tier 4 raid, and nobody did.
Yeah.
Like the chances of that happening with how popular the area was very low, so it's just like really unlucky.
Oh, that reminds me. I saw there's a Pikachu with the hat on near me.
The anniversary hat. You got till tomorrow to catch it.
I know. So I knew it was near me, and I finally saw it when I was getting I was deciding what I wanted for lunch. So I was like, nice, I'll grab it, like no problem. I couldn't catch it. I wasted like 3 Ultra Balls and like a bunch of berries and stuff. Like, why? Why am I so unlucky?
Did you not curve it?
I curved it. I'm bad at curving, but they hit occasionally.
That's surprising because, girl, you got so many curves as is.
So that may be good at curving?
Or maybe you're bad because you used them all up. I don't know. Whichever one's more flattering. But no, it's unfortunate. Don't worry, you'll catch another one, I'm sure. Because Korea's like all city space, and they're more likely to spawn there.
Yeah, but it's more of a matter of just me going out and actually having, Pokemon Go on my phone while I'm walking. It's a dangerous thing to do when it's all crowded on the streets, man.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Have you tried any of the raids yet or no?
No. There's so many of them around me. Every time I open up Pokemon Go, it's always like, a raid's about to start. And I'm
so jealous, dude. I gotta walk so far to go to raids.
They're there.
All right, game number 2 kicks off here in the BTSL. Spawning in the upper left, we do have the blue Protoss HerO.
In the bottom right, as the red Terran, it's natural.
Now, one of the things I'm quite excited about is the winner of this playing against Solar, but there's still a pretty good bracket all around. Keen advances to go fight against Jockshi. The winner of that will eventually meet the winner of this series or the next series in the semifinals. Bottom side, other hero versus Cure, Zest versus Penguin, possibly. Like, there's a lot of really, really cool potential matches lined up. In fact, I'm almost tempted to go and say, like, Hero versus Cure over Solar versus this, but I think Solar's a really fun player to watch, too. You guys in chat can perhaps persuade our opinion.
Yeah, when I saw that was a not available option, I was like, I don't know, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll catch either one later. HerO looks quite good yesterday in the Lima League.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that. Who was in the finals? Who won? Spoil it. Spoil it. Spoilers coming, guys.
HerO 3-0'd Gumiho.
What?
So like not just good, but he looked really good. Like really
what?
On point.
If that was anyone else, I would not be impressed. You're like, it's HerO. It's expected. But Gumiho has dropped like one map in like a month.
I do think that HerO sometimes has those off days where we expect him in the round of 4, and then he just like loses to like, I don't know, like, natural or someone, right? Like just someone we don't expect him to. So yesterday,
to be clear, just real quick, guys, we're not talking about the HerO we're currently casting.
Yeah, right. Root HerO. This is teamless HerO. But yeah, the yesterday just was just like, okay, no, for fact, like he was on a good day and he's having a very good showing, I suppose. I don't know what tournaments he's playing in. I don't know if he made it to GSL and SSL and all that. But whatever it's in, I hope he's doing a good job. I love me some HerO. Oh, he is in SSL. I remember I watched him and he lost. Okay.
So
that was last week. It's different.
I know you get to watch the GSL and stuff live. Do you get to watch the SSL live?
No. Well, I watched it like a week ago, but the thing is, I'm usually casting during the times that it's on GSL and SSL.
Yeah, I was just curious. I wasn't sure what was publicly available, I guess. Like, I didn't know if it was like a closed studio type thing.
Well, SSL Challenger, or whatever the one that Rapid Casting casts, is closed to the public. But the regular one, the premier one, is open and has like fangirls and all that stuff.
The fangirl dynamic, man. I actually wonder how different, like, let's say that heart of StarCraft 2 was not Korea, whether it's Japan or America or wherever. I just wonder how different that interaction would be. Or you'd still have like your fangirls, because I mean we know people like Kat and others, right? Like,
aren't Dyrus fangirls or whatever the hell it is, like actually like Notorious, the League of Legends guy? I
guess that's true, but I was thinking more along the lines of strictly StarCraft. But you're right.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I thought about it too, because I just, anytime the Koreans are like, all the American fans are so much more passionate, like they're so much louder and different. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I believe that. Like, as a culture, we are, so that makes sense. And then
Just
I
shooting
hear the
guns off.
fangirls. I hear the fangirls behind me, and I'm like, well, wait a second. By the way, Hurricane, of all people, had a huge fan club at GSM. They were so emotional for him. I was shocked.
I'm not that surprised, to be honest, but yo, I'm really liking what's happening here. HerO's getting some really good damage done. And it's not even like a huge all-in. Like, he's actually expanding for a third behind this. But Natural, he picks up some of the SCVs to keep him alive. He can't shoot what's in the air, and that was kind of a cute move. I like that a lot. Especially because the Marines would not have survived to fight another day.
This was important aggression. You know, this can snowball really badly if you don't save the Marines, and in fact, Natural already going back to his Natural is a little bit risky. But he's got the Viking to take out the Oracle too, and it should be taken. Oh, there's 2 Oracles now. Just kidding. Yeah, as I said, it was a bit risky. So lift it up again.
It looks like such a silly move, but honestly, I really respect this move because without it, a lot more things would be dying. So you're like, oh, you only saved 4 SCVs, was it really worth it? That's like, we saved 4 SCVs now, and then 4 SCVs earlier. So like, yes, definitely.
It would have been an entire mineral line if that wasn't the case. I mean, that's 12 SCVs easily if that had been what happened there. But I like the save too. He still took damage, not just on the SCV line though, but also on his Marine counts. So that is unfortunate. This would have apparently got a shot.
And it took so long walking across the map. Actually, did that clip the Oracle? That did. Because only one of the Oracles died in the base. So second Oracle gets picked off by that Widowmine. Then it slowly it makes its way across the map.
He's gonna get a probe, man. This Widowmine's a true hero. I'm curious though, to bring it back to that topic. I'm actually like super curious. Why aren't you surprised that Hurricane's a big fan club?
Oh, because he's been really, really good lately. I mean, if this was Hurricane a year ago, I would roll my eyes and be like, he probably hired those fangirls, right? But legitimately, Hurricane has been pretty good this last, I want to say, half a year.
Oh, that would be a little bit long, but yeah, no, I understand that. For me, though, it's always... So he shows up good to our tournaments, but literally our tournaments are foreign cast tournaments, right? So you have a couple of Korean people typing in chat and watching, and actually some people that come up to me, right? And like, I watch you guys, which is pretty cool in Korea, but it's not very big. So, but apparently, like, I was asking Silgi, like, why is he so popular when like Innovation's fan club is even here today?
Oh,
5 kills right there. And she was like, he's cute. And I was like, I looked at him up on the screen, and then I looked at her, and I looked him up on the screen, and looked at her, and I was like, okay. I don't think he's that cute. But apparently, I don't know. He's Korean girls typed. But that discussion aside, these Widowmines have been true heroes, bringing back the worker kills that Natural himself sustained.
Oh, I like this move. We're seeing this a lot more out of just generally all Terran, but we've seen how good it can be, and of course the worst part is HerO doesn't actually know this is coming. Oh wait, he did somehow glimpse part of a bunker, so he knows. Liberator's gonna get set up. He's not moving it too early, and of course that mothership core is even low from earlier. Yeah, Viking should be able to snipe that off, and no overcharge just means those Liberators gonna maybe move in.
Well, it's awfully close. And there, 3 Phoenixes is not very intimidating for those Liberators.
Yo, it does need to be said though, a lot of people kind of forget the bunker adds 1 range to the units inside of it. So those Phoenix, like, normally have a hard enough time being reached as is by the Marines. This bunker gives them that little bit of extra edge too.
Yep. This is looking a bit unbreakable. HerO tries to get in a counterattack, which I think is a very smart move. The Warp Prism does a lot of damage. Those 12 SCVs, no matter back this time to save them. And is not being cleaned up because the Vikings had all come over here to help.
Ooh, with no medevac on this side of the map, by the way, those Marines got stuck on the other side of the force field, got obliterated.
But this still seems like a very difficult position to break. I mean, this dealt nice economic damage, stop from going to the main, that's good. But is it enough to help HerO break the contain? You know, he's not just killing SCVs, he's denying reinforcements.
I feel it's a mistake to be shooting the tank too. You're in its dead zone, it doesn't matter anymore. Shoot the Marines.
Well, mistakes might have been made there. The Warp Prism still lives, so it manages to get another Warp of Adepts to make up for that tank on not kill, I guess. The Marines could have probably taken down the Warp Prism. It's very, very low. They just didn't get to it. But this is it's like a weird situation though, because while HerO is denying Natural's reinforcements, his medevacs haven't gone across. You know, he brought up the medevacs earlier for the offense. It's also using all of HerO's production for an attack as well. So like they still have a stalemate over here at the Nexus, and no one's really getting any better or any worse.
Well, I feel there's a
Now we
mistake.
have soccer weapons.
A mistake out of Naturals. You got to reposition that tank at any given time and start hitting that probe line. Instead, he was so focused on the ramp, and that ramp. Ooh, I'm not sure if this will do well. The bunkers are going to try and hold, but the stalker can't walk through. Phoenix lift up the tanks. Yeah, this doesn't work out for Natural.
Nah, it doesn't look like it. He was 1 or 2 more shots away from just obliterating not only the stalkers, but even the sentries that were following them behind. But because he had unsieged that one tank, I think that's the difference, actually, of killing so many more units. He unsieged that one tank on the front lines to pull it back and then try to siege it up way too late. But it does leave Natural in a bit of a pickle. Down 20 SCVs, down 10 army supply.
Warp Prism out of HerO is actually saving him in this game.
Oh yeah, ended up doing just enough damage, stopping enough reinforcements.
Teaches you the values of war, man. Gotta sacrifice some units like those adepts to win the game.
I guess so, yes.
I always think it's sad when you know soldiers know they're like meant to die, but they're still like willing to fight, and you're just like, damn, I wish I could be that brave.
So I play like a lot of city builder games. Like there's some of my favorite, right? Like Civilization, Anno, and Banish and all that. But I've never really feel, and StarCraft 2, I guess, like, I don't really feel for my army, but I played a Civil War game where I actually felt really bad every time I sent out a platoon.
Well, there's no army advantage, but man, I like that game a lot, actually. It's
what
so
game?
Vanish? It's just so calming to play.
Oh no, Banished.
Or
I don't know what
Banished, there's
Banished
what I
is.
meant, sorry. Banished.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it is pretty calming. I installed the add-on, the huge mod, though, and then I got overwhelmed and I cried and I installed it.
Oh! I was supposed to be a pretty chill game, not when you treat it like that, I guess. Command center getting destroyed is bad. SCVs already getting pulled away is bad. Army supply is maybe equal. See how these widow mines work things out? SCVs get pulled, but the adepts come in, and I think it's just a little too much. HerO looking to dominate in game 2.
Basically, yes. Yeah, there's a bit of a drop on the other side, but not able to do much. GG.
Okay, we got a series on our hands. Things tied up now 1-1. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll see you guys here in 2 minutes for the third match. All right, folks, we're back. I just realized I've had the transition scene for this off the whole time. That makes me sad. Let's turn that on. There we go. That looks cool. All right. Things are tied up now 1-1 as we get into map number 3. Quick note, we got plenty of those Match Arena codes left, guys, so head on over to the Match Arena page, please, and use the code July12, spelled exactly like this, so that you can add $1 to the prize pool. Won't cost you a thing. 115 so far, it's not bad, but we can easily get 200 today with coupon codes alone. But not staying entirely at home, so definitely need to introduce this fella. Top left, we got the Red Terran, Natural.
In the bottom right has the blue Protoss. He is HerO. He's scouting.
Yeah, but he's not going to scout the right way. At least he'll know something's up at the time when the probe gets there. However, last game, Complacency did get his probe killed.
First game.
Or, you're right, first game. Excuse me.
Yeah. Of course, Natural back in this proxy up with just one base build. No. Funny little expansion. I remember when that used to be a build. They would proxy the barracks for Reapers and then still command center like normal. What a weird world to live in. But the question is like anything else going to be proxied? The fact that the probe is already in there, showing itself to Natural, I feel like there wouldn't be, because there's the high chance of maybe losing it to a probe that's scouting like this one. Yeah. So you'd either have to put it in some place like entirely different, or just not put it down here at all.
By the way, not sure why the sound didn't play. I don't know if he's still lurking in chat. Big love to Moving Laterally. Threw $5 into GatherBot. Bought everybody 2 mystery bags and says hashtag butts. There should have been a cha-ching sound, but I don't know why there wasn't. But thank you very much for the mystery bags, dude. Time for me to get some loot that everyone's going to rob from me later.
What the fuck? What?
Okay,
well, that ain't good.
Here's the real question. You have to get pretty high level and get a really rare item to add somebody's like your own custom item to the bag. Who added Dimension's bloody head?
Yeah, right. What the fuck, guys? What?
I found a note that says feels bad, man. That sounds about appropriate with how much I say it on a cast. But okay, Reaper comes across the map. This thing's meant to get a couple of kills, but HerO, you know, fast zealot, knew exactly what was going on. The fact that this got caught, Natural's already going back home. Factory is built on his side of the map. So much of this is like, I don't know that he would have necessarily proxied everything, but unfortunately getting shut down as early as he did really threw a wrench in his plans either way.
Yeah. Trying to make the best out of it. As you said, factory in base, that's very safe, and then a command down on the low ground. Not as safe, but generally think you can hold it if you're going to be bigger than a cyclone. But this is some supreme cheese from HerO to retaliate. You maybe open up with a 1 base, so let's just use it.
What I kind of like is that third pylon. He knew something was going to die here. His timing wasn't quick enough for what he knew was a 1 base attack, but he'll use this to deny the... Well, actually, he could just kill the SCV with his mothership core. He could have overcharged this pylon. Okay. I guess he's content taking... Oh, he's got another probe with him. Maybe we'll put more pylons down, but he's content getting a cancel in the command center for now, I suppose. But the third one was already started in the main, so he can cancel this whenever. He's leaving this up as long as possible to buy time and distract. Meanwhile, other side of the map, the Reaper hops in, but it's not going to get any amount of damage done that he needs to.
Okay. I mean, losing the command center, it does suck. At least the other one is already over halfway done, it looks like. But it's still an off timing. And of course, can't forget that he did open up the proxy himself. The command center gets canceled. There's 2 cyclones. The Oracle is waiting for the distraction to go in there. There's no Widow Mine, which he's pretty sure of. So he dives pretty deep. Only gets 2 SCVs though.
You're making good use of the Kansas City Shuffle.
Yeah, they had a second Oracle, which I think just popped out. It just has to move in here. He could just, like, you know, he's got the 3 cups finally, man. Not just 2, but 3. It's much better.
Yeah, but Penn and Teller shows how the trick's done, so it's not so impressive.
Well, I haven't watched, so it's still impressive to me.
No, they're really cool, actually. They do the trick with clear plastic see-through cups, and you still can't really follow what's going on.
Oh. My brother used to watch that a lot. And, I went through the whole phase where I didn't like anything that my brother liked.
Magic is for losers.
Well, more like, very, like... I don't know, how would you describe, like, their personality? I feel like it's kind of like... It's, like, rough around the edges, comedy that revolves around, like... Nothing that you know is, like, you know, like, stop being... I actually don't know how to explain it. Because it's not just Penn and Teller, like, explaining why magic tricks are, you know, how they're done right. They also have a lot of, like, social commentary. And then there's a bunch of other things my brother was into. There was, like, a bunch of social commentary, too.
Yeah, they had that whole show, Bullshit. Actually, was great. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, like, stuff like that, I suppose, is what he was really into. I didn't ever bother. I also don't like blue. That's my favorite color.
You don't like blue?
I mean, I don't mind it now, obviously, but at the time I really hated blue.
I was gonna say, I wish your brother was the one that got on StarCraft. Damn.
I don't know if you really want that, but yeah, it could have been, man. He's the one that kept on building carriers against me in StarCraft in the N64.
I keep forgetting you played it the N64 one. So few people ever actually have.
To me, it's just a norm, man. Like, I have to remember that people did it.
That's weird. Alright, Oracle getting some minor amounts of damage, but with 3 CCs, yeah, he's a little bit behind in SCVs, but this whole game started off as a little bit weird. You know, HerO waited a long time to take his natural. Now he's got a 3rd base coming too. I really don't know who I would consider really to be ahead at this point. All I know is that with a very late stim timing and no tech for either side, this is a very weird game.
I feel like the late stim is making Natural's game worse. He's down 10 SCVs, which with 3 mules isn't so bad, but he's probably already losing minerals in his main because they've been on 1 base for so long, both of them.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think that the lack of stim, that, you know, you can drop without stim if you want to get medevacs out, then fine, go ahead, try, but it's really not that impressive. If you want to push, obviously you're going to wait for Stim. It just cuts away the Terran's potential and the Terran's mid-game, which is their strongest suit, you know, like, it cuts it away so much. Whereas HerO, you know, HerO's job is just get a good economy, which with his third base done and triple, you know, chrono production should be kicking in, and his gateways will be coming down soon after.
Well, a couple of cyclones in a tank can certainly ward off these stalkers, but I'm not committing to much more than that.
Yeah. Obviously, they have Blink, so save the Oracle to continue harassing. Yeah, they can't do very much. There's not that many of them, but continue poking away some of the SCDs that get transferred, something like that. And just keeping tabs on Natural's army, like, you know, making sure, like, you don't have combat shields, you don't have Stim. Your medevacs are still here, not trying to get a drop on them.
I really want to emphasize the importance of Natural leapfrogging these tanks. With Blink Stalkers being what they are, they could have possibly caught one off guard. And if both run siege, he would have gotten a kill. But each tank covers the other. It's kind of nice to see.
HerO continuing his Twilight Council upgrades, obviously with Blink first. He's just using them to control the map. But now Charge on the way is going to have a beefier army. And he's getting a pretty well-timed robotics bay here. One after another, because he doesn't have to worry about being dropped quite yet. He can kind of cut away from his army for a little while.
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't feel like Charge served him well in the game that he won. It was mostly adepts and like multitasking, for example. But never bad to have against a bio army. Always going to deal damage. Always going to hurt units like Marauders. And of course, Zealots get really tanky with good upgrades too.
Yeah. Well, this Warp Prism is going to continue buying time. Natural is going to have Stim and more medevac soon, so his push is ready to go, and he would have an army supply lead. So here needs to buy a couple more crucial seconds.
That was a cool idea with HerO. I actually really like that. It didn't work out as he had planned, but he was trying to cut off the reinforcements with a stasis trap. Brilliant move if that had worked.
Yeah. Still saves. The Warp Prism saves for Zealots. Now he sees that they have Charge. His Blink Stalkers moved forward to take out whatever they could. Not much. And keeping Natural at home, so HerO has his Charge finishing up fourth base on the way, Colossus, and Exam Thermal Lance. But it should be a tougher game from here on out for HerO, as he's going to have to start dealing with Natural's aggression.
Yeah, but you know what? This game remembers Extended Thermal Lance, and I don't want to be silly, or I'm not making light of this. That was a big, big problem when he had Colossus last time with game 1.
Ooh, defense. Or if we get lucky. So, not too lucky though. Not lucky enough. The other Widowmine I think went off on that Warp Prism. Did in fact do so. I don't know how the second one did not. Maybe that was only being burrowed at the time, but it should have.
Because unless you're target firing, they won't both lock onto the same target.
Okay.
Even if there's only one target in range.
Like I don't have the knowledge to deflect that. I feel like I put two Widowmines down though to deflect the Warp Prism, but maybe it was a Viking and a Widowmine. Oh, okay.
No, like it's just straight up the mechanics. They can't unless you auto target. They just straight up can't.
Okay.
So it looks silly, but it makes sense. That's why usually you have the turret that goes paired with it, because it gets those last 2 shots you need.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was a bit surprising that it was able to get in there and do damage. Unfortunately now with the comm, he's able to start moving out on the map. I mean, Natural's had to spend so much of this game running around the insides of his own base. He's not been able to reach out for quite some time, and now that he finally can, it's like a single Colossus waiting for him. This actually isn't that scary. This is not that terrifying. It's up 36 army supply, even with the second Colossus.
I definitely don't think HerO should be pushing into it. He should have taken whatever, you know, lance into the Colossus he could and then backed off, but losing all of his charge, I was going to lose all of his stalkers and then lose his Colossus.
Yeah, the Immortals would have kept those Marauders at bay. Not the case now. And of course, as he falls back to some tank cover fire too, so these Zealots can't even necessarily chase. This is looking real bad for HerO. He might be on 71 probes and 4 bases, and normally that's, the sweet spot of economy, but when there's no army to back any of that up, it might all just be forfeit. 32 army supply. No storms. 1 Colossus. He's got dreams. Oh, tanks on the high ground. I love this. Zealots can't touch those now. Not easily, at least.
No, there's something really to chunk through these Marauders.
Oh, what am I hit was good. It hit the Archon, too. Alright, takes out the Colossus. Probes kill a Marauder though. Shout out to those guys. They did more than... Ooh, Widow Mine almost kills 4 Marauders. Friendly Fire's a real dick.
That it is. Well, the 4th base going down, that wouldn't have been so crucial if the army didn't go down trying to defend it. HerO is in a losing situation. Let's see way out of this one.
Yeah, Liberator range was something I didn't even touch on the production tab till just now too, by the way. That's gonna make things even more complicated. Well, as the game comes to what it looks to be a finish, HerO's still trying to fight. But oh god, he loses so many stalkers to kill a single Liberator. And that wasn't even with the re-rate. Like, he hasn't repositioned since he finished range upgrade. So that wasn't even like good Liberator range.
No.
By the way, thanks to Time to Tell for sub of the night. 36 months. That's a big one.
Yeah. Oh, Widow Mines.
Widow Mines are pretty good. The stuttering of that one Colossus cost the squad their life, but they take it out.
Yeah, a bit of a bare bones army here, kind of weak too. So a Colossus and an Archon did a nice bit of damage, but Natural is just rallying everything forward. Still at 80 supply to 23. I mean, clearly this game is going Natural's way. Just a matter of when.
Of course, now those Liberators with range. Yikes. No overcharges. GG. Series is gonna go to Natural. 2-1. He'll move on to fight against Solar in the round of 8. Alright, Zombie Grub. I don't have a particular preference. If HerO and Cure are available, do you want to cast them?
Yeah, I don't think they are though.
Darn. Well, not like Solar and Natural is going to be a bad one. Solar always has some pretty interesting ZBTs. Winner of this next series goes on to fight against the winner of Keen and Jockshi for the first semifinals. Bottom side is going to have HerO or Cure versus Zest or Penguin. Kind of hoping for Zest on this one. Root for him a little bit.
Solar's trying to start. Stop starting.
Alright, well, we're going to go to commercial break, guys. We'll see you here in a couple of minutes. Thanks for watching.